Hi, I'm Rani Hirani and I'm currently pursuing my BTech. Ever since I was a child, I was drawn towards how the things work and how can we fix them. And my dad has always been my inspiration, so that's how I ended up in engineering. So in my interview process, one thing that I observed was they were not really concerned about the output, they were concerned about how you're approaching the problem. So firstly, there was assessment, online assessment, which had CS fundamentals and data structures. Again, in the face-to-face interview, it was also the same, CS fundamentals, DSA questions and questions regarding my projects. So the DSA questions were revolving around maps, strings, a bit of trees you can say, and the CS fundamentals. In CS fundamentals, I was asked everything that we have studied in BTech. There was cloud computing involved, there's this fundamentals of engineering involved and everything, testing everything. In the technical round, obviously there was a problem given to me, and my interviewer didn't even bother to ask me pick a language. He was just like, write a pseudocode and I just want to know how you approach the things. So from the knowledge that I could gain, I was just connecting the dots and I was explaining him as we do to a student. I was given the opportunity to ask questions to my interviewers, and it happened more than once, like throughout every interview that I've sat on. So I asked them, what is that one project that they are so proud of that they have worked in? And I also asked them about their experience, not just in the company, but their experience as an engineer. My first year was obviously, I had no clue how to start. And everyone was talking about DSA and making projects, but nobody knew how to, as a tier 3 college student, I didn't have proper guidance. So people were killing it in academics, but they didn't have proper guidance on how to make projects or what are the basic things that one has to know for aiming for those big packages and companies. So when I heard about smart interviews, as I said earlier, that everyone was talking about for getting into the big tech companies, you have to know the DSA. And smart interviews had a clear structure on how to get you from level 0 to level 10. And their plan and how they made things in a structured manner is what attracted me towards it. Fortunately, I had really good instructors. They were friendly. They knew that we students don't have a good background of DSA and everything. So yeah, they helped us a lot. I remember my instructors were like, you don't have to code while I'm explaining, just understand it, follow the approach, and then try to think of a different approach from yourself. So in the beginning, the training itself was divided into a couple of phases. So first there was phase 1, where we had basic concepts of DSA and we were told to practice programming daily. And this is where the habit of consistency got into my life, because before smart interviews I've tried to be consistent in a lot of things, in studies and everything, but I have never been that consistent. Obviously there was a pressure, and the credit goes to the instructor who were like, yeah, ye karna hi hai, you have to attend the contest. Even if you don't perform well, try to attend it. So yeah, that was something that smart interviews did, and it affected my life a lot. In coding challenges, I would say, instead of thinking about the problem as a whole, I try to divide it. First of all, I'll gather the knowledge that I've gained, and then I'll try to connect the dots and use pen and paper, as everyone says in smart interviews, before actually start writing the code. Smart interviews helped me in maintaining consistency. It enlightened my competitive spirit because in the leaderboard, it's like you can see your progress daily. You can see the points that you have earned today, yesterday, and the difference. So instead of focusing on who is ahead of you and who is behind you, you focus on yourself. You see your own progress. I worked as a mentor with smart interviews as well. So now you can say that I've seen both sides. I've seen the instructor perspective of it, and I've also seen the student perspective of it. So mentoring was amazing. I got to know how the students feel I also got to know that how the instructor has to explain the problem to the students, because I used to have my discussions with Amit sir, and he was like, now you have to understand what happens in the other side of the story. So he used to tell me to make points on how the instructors are teaching, how they are approaching the problem, how they are explaining things to the students, so to make it easier for them. And also in all the interviews, whenever I've mentioned that I've mentored with Smart interviews, it has always been the highlight of it. My feedback on Hive, it's a strict platform, but then again it has to be strict if you want students to, you know, do DSA. As we all know, they don't have copy paste option there, so you have to understand the code. You have to. It's like Hive is like you have everything there. You don't have to. Even though I know Smart interviews emphasizes on practicing on multiple platforms, but if you're doing Hive, then I think you're good. You don't need to go to other platforms if you're consistent there and you're solving problems there.